Hey, what's up, guys? I'm going to take you through my online lockdown teaching setup, the things that I had to sort of change and transfer over for online lessons as opposed to in person. I'm going to take you through the plumbing of how it all connects and pricing. The pricing is going to be in USD because my affiliate links are all in in Sweetwater and USD. So hopefully, yeah, it's not going to be too difficult to just convert it over, and you'll at least be able to see what gear I'm using. So here we go. Okay, I'm going to take you out. This is a full view of the room. It's just a small bedroom that I've emptied out to use for online lessons because I can't make it into my studio at the moment. And let's have a look at all the items. Let's start with this microphone up here. So I've got an Audio Technica AT2035, which I highly recommend as a condenser mic. And that retails for $149 USD on Sweetwater. This is where things get kind of interesting. I'm using Skype for my online lessons, and just a little anomaly with Skype, you can only use one channel with the Scarlett interface, the one that I use, and that's actually going in the first channel. The second XLR that you see plugged in is the mic that I'm speaking into. So yeah, that was a little trap that I found when I first started doing online lessons. I was plugging into different inputs and I couldn't get any sound through it. But using Skype, you want to be into input 1. So there we go. That mic is picking up the whole kit, which I've converted into low volume, and it's also catching me speaking as well. And the audio is really good. So I highly recommend that. You're going to be needing headphones. I'm using the Sony MDR 7506, which are absolutely awesome. Highly, highly recommend those. Those are only $99 USD, which is great. You're going to need a decent webcam. Don't cheap out on your webcam. I am using a Logitech C920. Now, in the affiliate link, I've got a C925, which is slightly more expensive at $109 USD. And that is just because I couldn't actually find this one. This one might be outdated now on the Sweetwater site. So yeah, the C925 is going to be amazing. So definitely go for that. I've got a ring light over here, and this is actually just a cheapie. It's got this little phone holder in here if you want to be doing some nice selfies. But that is the closest I could find on Sweetwater, $149 USD, and the links in the description. Have a look at it. You might be able to find a cheaper one. I'm not sure. Mine was a bit cheaper than that. So yeah, there's that. You're going to need a boom mic stand. I recommend the Tama ones. They're awesome. That's about $60 USD. You're going to need an XLR lead for that. Now, the most pricey piece of gear is coming back to this interface. This is a Focusrite Scarlett 18i8. It's 4-channel, and that was $419 USD. And you don't, I suppose, really need 4 channels for what I'm doing here with the online lessons through one mic. But if you're a drummer, you don't want to be getting a 1-channel interface because you will just regret it, and you'll need at least 4 if you're miking up, a kit, or, you might even need more than 4. But check out my 3 mic setup if you want to see how I use this to actually record the whole kit. Right, back up to sort of the computer area. Because I'm using this webcam, which is USB, and I'm using the interface, which is USB, I've only got one USB port on my computer. So I grabbed this little USB hub. This was a real cheapie, and I've included a link in the description for the closest I could find on Sweetwater, which I think is a bit better than this one. And that's about $25. So for all of this stuff, the mic, the headphones, the webcam, the ring light, Tama boom mic stand. You do need a boom because you might want to get your mic a bit closer to your speaking, to your mouth than the kit, and you might need to adjust that. Definitely get the boom, XLR leads, interface, and USB hub. That came in, when I added that up, that came in at $1,010 USD. So yeah, just convert that over to NZD or British pound or whatever you need to do, and yeah, I'm sure you'll get pretty close to that. Now, in terms of the kit, this is where it kind of gets interesting. I actually transferred my whole kit over to low volume. The reason I did that was because I don't want to be playing acoustic drums and then speaking through the same mic, because the volumes are just going to be too different. So this setup works really good. Actually, the students have all commented on how cool this kit sounds. It actually sounds really cool, and it's really fun to play. Now, the cymbals I ended up going for, I tried a few different options. I ended up going for the Zildjian L80 low volume cymbals. This pack, the 14, 16, and 18 pack, $299 USD. They're great. All the little holes in them, they're just crafted to be really low volume, and they're amazing. They work incredibly well. The toms and the kick. Now, this is the Remo Silent Stroke. Now, I've got the Remo affiliate link for the Remo Silent Stroke 5-piece pack. That comes with a snare, 3 toms, and a kick for $85 US, which is very cheap in my opinion. I opted to, nothing against the silent strokes, I opted to change out the snare and just put a practice pad there, just so I can get a bit more of a realistic snare feel. Now, if I add that all up, including changing out the snare for the practice pad, that came in at $419. So the whole setup, the low volume conversion of an acoustic kit, and all of the extra bits and pieces that you need to be teaching online, everything all together came in at $1,429. Okay, this is just to give you a comparison of how loud my voice is compared to the low volume setup that I've got. So here's the pad. Guess we all know what a practice pad sounds like in relation to our voice. Tom. Floor tom. One thing with the toms, one little thing I would recommend is try not to tune them up too tight. If you tune up the mesh heads too tight, they get a little bit trampoliny. In the Zildjian low volume cymbals, ride, crash, hi-hats. So I guess the overall balance, I would say the cymbals are a little bit out of balance loud compared to the mesh heads. Oh, and the kick. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because it's quite nice to play, light hands, heavy drums, heavy, feet. That's actually quite a good sound. And yeah, that's the comparison between my voice, what the students are hearing, my voice through this one mic, and what the students are getting from the kit through this one mic. All right. I thought I'd give you guys a little bit of a demo as well of what the HD webcam, the actual difference. I mean, we've all been in lockdowns at various points, so a lot of you probably will have an HD webcam by this point, but if not, it's quite a big difference in the quality. And yeah, as I say, if you're doing these online lessons, I'd definitely recommend putting your best foot forward. So this is with the HD webcam on, and if I flick it off, whew, oh boy, this is just the cam off my computer, and as you can see, it's just, there's no comparison. I mean, that's pretty poor. You might get away with that for a little bit, and I've got some decent lighting in here as well, so it's pretty bad. And I've got quite a decent computer, so it just really shows you how big a difference the HD webcam makes. Flick it back, and hey, there we are. It also seems to capture, like if you're, can't do much because I'm holding a mic, but if you're actually moving a stick around, this HD webcam really captures it really well. Whereas, the inbuilt camera and the laptop just is not going to do the trick. Definitely get an HD webcam. Yeah, so hopefully that wasn't too shaky cam, and I can really show you the plumbing, how everything connects up. Now, a couple of little tips that I thought, it might seem, well, it's going to seem like nothing and really basic to some drummers. And, maybe you've got a really nice electric kit that will work even better than this. I'm not sure. And then obviously to other people, this might be really expensive and you might think, oh, this is overkill for online lessons. I think this is the bare minimum. The few areas where I thought, you might be able to save a bit of money, obviously you could use the cam on your computer. I've got a decent computer, and the HD webcam is miles ahead of the inbuilt computer camera. I think if you're trying to offer online lessons, you want to be really putting your best foot forward and provide really just the best quality you can. If you look all murky and it's dark, you don't have a ring light or something like that, you have to make the environment as appealing as possible, which is what I've done here. Without going too overboard, I don't think, what is that? $1,429 all up for the whole thing. I don't think that's excessive at all. And it's a bit of an investment. So when I first bought the low volume cymbals, I thought, I used them for 8 weeks in that first long lockdown. And then we went back to in-person lessons, and I thought, oh, maybe I could sell these. And then I thought, hold on to them. You never know what's going to happen. And sure enough, here we are again. And they're, getting my money's worth out of them. So, the real basic setup would obviously just be on your laptop or, even on your phone, I guess, and perhaps on a practice pad or something, but it's just going to be too limited. And I think that students really need and deserve, a full kit at appropriate volume. This low volume kit, all through one mic, through a nice condenser, my voice and the kit are balanced really well. So I just think it's a no-brainer. Hit me up if there's any questions or comments. I'd love to help you out. I'm sure I've left a few things out. And I think this is the bare minimum. I'll be surprised if anyone's doing online lessons with even less. When we had shorter lockdowns, I'm getting sore. So when we had shorter lockdowns, let's say like a week or just a couple of days, I didn't really have time to convert my gigging kit over to low volume. And I didn't particularly want to do all that. So I just left it and I did a couple of days on a pad. And that's fine. But if it's going to be weeks and weeks, it's nice to have the whole kit. The student gets to see a whole kit, and you can show them, orchestration and stuff around the whole kit and not just hand stuff on a pad. So that's about it. As I say, any questions, hit me up, and I'd love to clarify any points or help you out. Ciao.